In the high school grading system, videos are considered especially useful. In Port Orchard, Washington, the dedicated students who edit these heart-pounding events are an elite squad known as the Video Production Unit. These are their stories. It's horrible. There's some sick people out there.
It's horrible. Have you ever seen anything like it?
There was once, it just reminds me of a case a year ago, but it ended up being a salmon viewing farm to prep fish, so...
Have you ever wondered the journey of a salmon from stream to your dinner plate? Well, O'Gore Salmon Viewing has the answers to your questions. The salmon first start off as fry, then swim their way down into the ocean. They live most of their lives there and then swim back into the freshwater streams to spawn and finish their lives. It's either ended by natural death or by the charity work of the Pogie Club. Once the Pogie Club kills the fish, they send it to St. Vincent de Paul for charity. They look for microchips that have been previously set into the fish for research with a microchip detector.
I run the facility here, and the Pogie Club is my major group of volunteers. They do a lot of the work for us. They volunteer quite a bit.
This is Henry Altenberg from the Kitsap Pogie Club. Been a member for 37 years, and we've been operating this hatchery since 1971. We started out with about 50,000 fish, and up to 1990, and after 90 we proceeded to 1 million, and now we're up to 2.5 million smolts.
It's a good feeling to know that salmon are going back into the Earth's cycle, whether it be through stomachs of those who can't afford it or back into the environment. The volunteers of the Pogie Club get this feeling of satisfaction by giving back. You can also give back by volunteering or just coming to Jarstead Park in Gorse Creek to see it in action. Spread the word.
I just need to remember, was there anything at all out of the ordinary?
No, not that I can recall.
You can't...
Nothing.
Sir, you alright? I'm Detective Perry. Can you, come here? Calm down. Calm. That's right. Okay.
This past summer, South Kitsap High School sent 8 students, 3 teachers, and 200 refurbished used computers to Uganda as part of the Computers for Uganda program. The program was developed by the International Rotary as a means of providing technology to underprivileged schools in Uganda, and our school is fortunate enough to be involved thanks to our strong technology program. SK teamed up with Forest Ridge, an all-girls school from Bellevue, to set up 15 labs in 3 weeks, as well as a refurbishing center to make it easier for the schools to fix the computers if they were having problems. The refurbishing center also acts as a warehouse for the computers not currently in use in order to alleviate a few challenges for future involvement.
And the technology in Uganda, to understand Uganda a little bit, when you have a computer in a school, it's a real benefit to that school because it makes them more of a marketable school, it makes them more of a premier school. People would come from miles to come to a school that has a computer. How many computers are in the lab?
14.
14.
Still keeping books for records. And the bursar. This is full of records which can go on just one computer.
We're so excited to have the computers, and they don't have a lot of resources like we do, but when we were looking in the classrooms, they all have kept very nice notebooks and their handwriting is all perfect. Their classrooms, they don't even have chalkboards that they can read on, and they're all very interested in school and they're so happy to be there.
So yes, obviously sending technology to underprivileged schools in Africa is helpful, but what exactly is being accomplished by doing so?
Have you seen student performance increase?
Yeah, it has increased.
From what we saw from the schools we visited that already had computers, they have science in curriculum now. They're learning about electricity, some things that could actually help the company, or the country, not company, get through some of the hard times.
They don't have textbooks, and one of the things that we did install on the computers was Encarta, and they were just amazed by the information they could get off of it. They looked at things that they knew at first, like Uganda, and they looked at maps and could see where they lived, and we were so excited to see things like that. So it opens up the whole world to them.
The technology provides the children with the education necessary to understand their health, which is an ongoing struggle.
I don't know very much about the health of the human body. So providing that information, providing what the healthy body looks like, where the heart is located at, information about AIDS and HIV, what are the differences? It has really sparked a health awareness in Uganda just by simply using the basic technology.
In some schools, more than half the students have lost one or both of their parents to AIDS and other deadly diseases. Constantly faced with the tragic effects of this epidemic, the students develop a vision of what they hope to become and are exceptionally ambitious and eager to learn, but they aren't the only ones. Educating the teachers as to how to use the computers is perhaps even more important than providing them with the technology. The goal was mainly to educate the teachers so that, in turn, they may educate their students. But it wasn't all work. In the 3 weeks they were in Uganda, they somehow found time in their busy schedules to have a few meals with Uganda dignitaries. A state dinner, lunch with the First Lady, and another dinner at the Vice President's house. They were even privileged enough to be invited to watch a speech given by the Vice President, an honor few would have the opportunity to experience. So what will South do now?
Anything you wanted to change within the lab, what would that be?
Increasing the number.
Our future involvement in the program is based partially on funding, a good deal of which is provided by the Rotary, but is mainly based on an invitation. The program involvement is dictated by need, not necessarily a desire to help. There are a few projects in play for the future, but for now, nothing is definite.
One thing that I would love to see is for us to visit the schools that we've already installed and help them maintain and answer any of the questions that they have.
If everything works out, we want to do the same thing that we did last year. There's a lot of things that have to be put in place. We'd like to go through and actually fix computers that have faltered in the last 5 years and try to keep all the other hard work from the last 5 years going.
It is not often we get the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of people halfway around the world, and surely for those involved, it will have been an experience that they will never forget.
Sorry I'm late, Jay. I had some family matters to attend to.
Sorry, man. It gave me a little chance to clean up.
Oh, you look good. Got this from a lab on the way in. It's suspected to be the murder weapon. Fingerprints all over.
You're kidding.
No, sir. Emily Sanford?
Yeah?
I'm Detective Sadler. This is Detective Perry. And you come with us. We want to know what you're doing around 11 o'clock last night.
What? Why? If it's about those murders last night, that wasn't me.
Why are you so defensive?
I was playing volleyball. They were videotaping it. I saw it. I saw the video.
Check it out.
What do you get when you combine 19 girls, a few spikes, some digs, and a couple hundred kills? No, not an army of female mass murderers. It's the SK volleyball team. This team not only wins games, but do a lot to prepare for them. They practice 20 hours a week, including weightlifting, a various amount of drills, static warm-ups, and scrimmaging. The girls all work really well together. We asked senior captain Kirsty what the team unity was like.
Our team unity is great. We all have team dinners and we bond and we go to football games together and we play very well on the court.
Even like just captains or like seniors will get together and do stuff together. Like we've made posters for all the lockers and stuff.
Every point the team earns, they earn together. And they know the importance of teamwork. Without the support of their team members, they would not be able to perform to their full potential. Leading a team of 18 other girls may seem like a difficult task, but these captains seem to love every minute of it.
I love it. It's a good job.
It is a really good job. It comes with a lot of responsibility. A lot of the times we have to stay after practice, talk to coach about
a lot of leadership.
Yes, a lot of leadership.
The team also plays schools from all over the state, as well as a team from Juneau, Alaska that traveled to South this year as part of a tournament. But no matter how many games they play or what teams they're playing, these ladies always play their hardest. This season, the SK volleyball team had fun, had good captains and coaches to lead them. We can only hope that the team next year is as successful in every aspect of the game as this year's has been.
Well then, fine. How do you explain that the victim was crushed with your volleyball?
Well, I mean...
Look at this! You did this, didn't you?
She didn't do this. You can't fake a reaction like that.
Well, she's hiding something. You saw that. I'll take it easy, see if I can persuade her. Looks like you had Fruit Loops for breakfast. You know where you won't ever get Fruit Loops? In prison! Now you need to spill your guts. Well, you need to start talking. Who are you trying to protect?
Okay. He wasn't gonna do anything crazy. He was just trying to scare him. It's Eric Lee.
Yeah, he has been a little distant, but he's been doing his story a lot lately. I don't know if he'd have time to, you know.
What was the story about?
Oh, football cheer.
We're gonna need to look at that for evidence.
SK football games are a huge deal and a great way to start off the year. But where would all the excitement be without our supportive fans, our school spirit, and best of all,
how about those cheerleaders?
It may look like we're clean cut and know what we're doing out on the track, but it's all the hard work at practice that gets us there.
Practices, I think, are going really well. We're actually doing a lot of conditioning, which I think is really good. We're getting each other in shape, so we're ready for the stunts and the hard work that we actually do at the games. And I think it helps us a lot when we're out there performing and trying to cheer the team on, even if we're losing and if we're winning. So both situations, we're always up there doing great.
My experience in cheer has been great. I love all the girls. They're totally fun, and I'm learning a lot. I never thought that I could do everything that I saw at the games, but I'm really excelling, and everyone says that we're really proud of each other, and we're doing great, and we kick butt.
Practice may be rough, we're still laughing and having fun the whole way. Besides, preparation is critical for the big games.
Games are the best part of cheer because it's a lot of fun getting out there in the crowd and being energetic, but at first it's scary, but you get used to it and you get over the stage fright or whatever, but it's a lot of fun to be out there and support our school.
Games for me are the highlight of the season. They're always so much fun being out there in front of the crowd, cheering on the game and the fans and everybody. It's so much fun.
Like, if you go down to the track and watch it getting all put together, you can hear us all the way up there. And I think that's what makes us a good team, is that we all get along and we have a good time doing it.
If football cheerleading looks interesting to you and it's something you would like to participate in, go talk to the athletics office for sign-up information. You can also talk to Miss Brianna Pope, who's the fall football cheerleading coach. So don't be discouraged. Cheer can be such a great experience for anybody, and it's so much fun.
He's live right now. You can't talk to him.
And we have an update. There was a murder last night. What are you doing here?
Get off my set.
Eric Lee, you're under arrest for the murder of Goldie Lee.
What?
Jordan!
What? I mean, come on. I always wanted to try this. I mean, how hard could it possibly be?
Detective?
Fine. Ruin all my fun all the time. So what were you doing around 11 o'clock last night?
Look,
You don't have to answer that. I'm Devin Hansen, Eric's attorney.
Well, lawyered up already.
Listen, I don't know.
Don't. Detective, I've heard about you and all your complaints. Your scare tactics won't work on me.
Boo! You're good. I'll give you that.
And a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm blue.
Football going on, the pool is not the place to be right now. But would you think that when the Lady Wolves come out to show what the SK Wolves have? Swimming is not just splashing around to get from one side of the pool to the other. It takes time, hard work, and most of all, it takes self-determination to be the best you can be. Not only is it self-determination, but it is also the attitude you get from your coaches and captains that can determine your performance. They are always keeping the ladies in a positive attitude.
You have to be a girl to be on the girls' swim team, and you have to wear a suit and goggles, help, and a cap. You have to go to South Kitsap. Well, I think it's fun to watch kids reach goals the most, do things that they didn't ever think they could do. It's fun to watch kids who don't know anybody get friends, and sometimes they're friends for life, that kind of stuff.
Divers also have to work hard to perfect the dives they have and to learn new ones as well. At the end of swim season, the girls are left with good memories, experiences, and new friends. Next season, come down and check them out. You can say you went to a school function that wasn't a football game.
We just got a huge breakthrough. I got a lead from an anonymous tipster. Seems Goldie made varsity swim. Fastest time in the nation.
But what does this have to do with Eric?
Goldie, Eric's stepbrother. Goldie was also in video. The Uganda story you found, that was Goldie's. It was the best the teacher had ever seen. It's what all the others were compared to. He was taking all the glory away from Wonder Child Lee. Eric was left with nothing. He wasn't even inheriting his father's fortune anymore.
With all this evidence, we're gonna get you.
Let's make a deal.
No deal. We're taking you down. We're taking you down hard.
Why didn't you dress up, Mr. Lee?
I've been in prison the whole time. I didn't have time to put a suit on.
Please stand. The Honorable Judge Houston.
You may be seated.
We plea insanity.
I'm crazy.
Oh, really? Insanity? Look, we all know he did the crime anyway.
Objection!
Eric Lee has produced 2 stories over the year. Does that sound like a works of a madman to you? Take a look at this and decide for yourself.
This is the South Kitsap High School varsity girls soccer team, a dedicated and hardworking team. These hardworking girls practice 2 hours every non-game day. Also before the game, they warm up for 30 minutes. During their circle stretches, each girl tells their goal for the game that day. Then the coach gets them pumped up and ready to play.
We give goals before every game so that we know what we're trying to do that game instead of every other game. We pay attention to only that game that's going on, and it makes us more confident knowing that everyone else knows our goals.
This team has 3 captains, Sarah Milne, Monique Morey, and Kylie Ballstad. To become captain, you must be voted upon. The responsibility of the captain is to talk to the coach if there are any problems with the teammates. Also, the girls on the team have to be able to go to the captains about anything, problems or ideas.
I play midfield, and our team this year is a lot like sisterhood, and we play like sisters.
Many people may not think soccer is a tough sport, but at times it can get pretty brutal, from getting knocked down or tripped to getting a ball in the face. But the girls are tough and they stick it through. They get up and keep fighting to win. Making it to state would be a great accomplishment to the girls, but win or lose, they will still be able to call it a great season.
Does this look like works of a man pleading
This
insanity?
means nothing.
Yes, it does.
How can you
Look,
prove
you can
from
see
a
it on the videotape. You can see it everywhere. You can see it on the tape. It's him right there.
Order! I will have order in my court. Ladies, this is neither the time nor the place.
This evidence is circumstantial.
Well, we have one more surprise witness.
Ooh, I love surprises.
We would like to ask the getaway driver of Eric's boat to please stand up. Jack Sparrow.
Why does the dew always go on? Oh, that's why. The man that did the waking offers a man who was sleeping a drink, while the man that drinks that drink lets no proposition.
Mr. Sparrow, that is enough. Can you please tell us how you and Eric met?
Eric must have heard of me through my look-alike contests.
Throughout the past, people have always been doing impersonations of other people. Of course, everyone knows Elvis and his many impersonators. Well, right here in our own little town of Port Orchard on Saturday, September 15th, downtown Port Orchard was filled with pirates. People impersonating Captain Hook, Blackbeard, Davy Jones, and finally the famous captain of the Black Pearl, Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean has made a huge impact on society, from the many action scenes to, of course, the unforgettable love scenes. Pirates of the Caribbean has influenced places all over the world. At 3 o'clock, the gazebo on the water became packed with people ready to cheer for their favorite Jack Sparrow. However, choosing which Jack Sparrow wasn't in the crowd's hands. There was 3 judges from the community who would determine the winner, one including our very own Mayor Kim Abel. The judges scored the competition on similarity to Jack Sparrow, taking into consideration the costume and the swagger.
Unfortunately for this Jack Sparrow, who also does the talk, that was not one of the guidelines for the contest.
But unfortunately, I know how to counter it. See, the man that did the waking offers a man who was sleeping the drink, while the man drinks that drink lets to proposition by the man who was doing the wakings. Heavy.
Of course, some competitors might have a little bit different idea in mind of what the Jack Sparrow looks like, but that didn't stop the judges from picking the winner. Finally, the Jack Sparrows lined up for the judges to get one last look. As the judges consulted, they decided on 3 finalists. In 3rd place came Vicky St. John, in 2nd place was Chris Sizemore, and in 1st, Steve Bale. The winner received a Jack Sparrow blanket and a $50 gift certificate to Amy's on the Bay. Following the Jack Sparrows came the Wenches contest. As the Wenches walked through, some even had the toys from back in the Pirates days. But as all the Wenches made their way through, the judges came to a winner. In 3rd came Kathy Silverman, 2nd Sabine Stone, and finally Susan McNeil as the winner. She also won a blanket along with a $50 gift certificate to Cosmos. Finally came the kids contest. As the kids walked through, some started out shy, but in the end gave out a big. When it came time for the judges to pick, the kids all lined up. As they announced the winners, there was a little disappointment, but that was soon ended when each kid won a certificate. Even though this was only the 2nd year of this event, it has grown increasingly since last year and will only continue to become larger. Next year will come faster than you think, so get ready for more pirates to invade Port Orchard and make sure you're there.
We find the defendant, Eric Michael Lee, guilty. Case dismissed. I have something here you need to see.
They're about to announce the verdict, Doctor.
Trust me.
Are you serious? Hey, I just thought I'd let you know. Goldie wasn't your stepbrother. Goldie was your stepsister. She was pregnant with hundreds of your nephews.
What was that about?
Icing on the cake. Icing on the cake. So what were you doing? Devon's not even coming in, so this whole shot is just messed up.
Why are we doing this?
I don't even know. Well, she's hiding something. I'll take it easy. I don't know the rest of my line.
We want to know what you're doing right now.
I was at the volleyball. They were videos. I have proof. I was playing volleyball. They even video camered it.
3.
Eric must have heard of me through my... My bad.
Case dismissed. It bounced a little. Is there anything funny that just happened?
Okay. Shh.